First, a renewed push for justice and peace. How a group of Detroiters are looking to stop the senseless violence. That tops our news here at 6.
You're looking at video right now of a rally to stop murder and violence in Detroit. Some folks there lost loved ones to murder. Jermont Terry live in Detroit. And Jermont, what are family members saying to you tonight?
Sandra, I can tell you that one thing, that Detroit police insist that major crime overall is declining in the city. But there's no doubt that people are still getting shot and unfortunately murdered. And this afternoon, I should say, that people came together to really show and hope that they can curb the violence in the inner city. The violence! Stop the silence! Stop the violence! A small but dedicated crowd marches down Tireman near Southfield Freeway. Because this is the 3rd anniversary of my son's death. Someone gunned down Leroy Davis behind the Family Dollar on Tireman back in 2015. His murder is still unsolved. It's time to speak up and bring our communities back so that we can be one. Davis's family wasn't the only ones out on this Sunday. The family of other victims to Detroit streets made it a point on this day to reflect.
I lost 9 family members to murder in these streets, 9, 2 of which my sons.
But they stress it takes more than just police. It's a community effort.
My son was murdered back in 2011.
It says only when Crime Stoppers and neighbors got involved did justice come.
Crime Stoppers does work. We were able to get an arrest and find out exactly where the young man was hiding after he had murdered my son. He had been in hiding for a couple of months.
We know the hearts that have been touched by murder.
As they gather in prayer, they stress rallies like these help break the fear of those who see the violence at their doorsteps daily.
If everybody just come together, pool their resources together, become advocates of peace and not crime, we can overcome this, I call it, demon.
And to put things into perspective, we, in that very small crowd, we came across family members of more than a half dozen people who were killed in the streets. Again, they're just hoping that people most definitely will have a heart and realize that lives are more important than the guns that they're carrying. Reporting live tonight, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
All right, thank you, Jermont. All right, let's turn our attention to the weather. It has been another picture-perfect day.
Absolutely gorgeous. Local residents came together this afternoon on Detroit's west side to rally for peace and justice in the city. They showed support for all who have been killed due to gun violence, including Leroy Davis. Leroy Davis was gunned down behind this Family Dollar store. It was back in 2015. Davis's murder still unsolved. His family and his friends, they stress rallies like this one, they believe help break the fear of those who see violence on their doorsteps every day.
If everybody just come together, pool their resources together, become advocates of peace and not crime, we can overcome this, I call it, demon.
Organizers say they hope more rallies like this one take place all across the city, and they hope that will help unite the city and end up lowering the number of deaths associated with gun violence. The rally comes as new information from the Washington Post reveals police in 52 different cities across the country have failed to make an arrest in more than 26,000 murders. According to the article in the Post, more than 18,000 of those cases, the victim was black. Black victims, who accounted for the majority of homicides, were the least likely of any racial group to have their murders result in any sort of arrest. However, according to that report, police arrested someone in 63% of the murders where the victims were white. Detroit, Chicago, Baltimore, Philadelphia accounting for more than 7,000 black murders without any arrests.